This is your view, and this is you. On a beach, no worries in the world, set for life. But this is not reality, is it? No. You have to wake up, get dressed, leave for work, get on a crowded train, no space to breathe, put up with your co-workers, deal with your boss. The only thing you look forward to is the weekends where you get wasted with friends. And at the end of the month, you have to start pinching the pennies and wait till payday to do things you want, living paycheck to paycheck. This cycle repeats itself again and again and again and again and again. And now, this is you, working the same job, nothing to show for it. No money in the bank, nothing. You wanted to be the guy, but you aren't even the main character of your own life. Your dreams of having screw you money, being able to quit your job, pay your parents' mortgage, travel the world, just a dream. Nothing more. You're upset, you're angry, you're frustrated. You realize time is running out. You go and Google, you need to make money, you need to make up for lost time. You find gurus promising riches beyond your wildest dreams. You never knew it was so easy. How could you have gone so long without ever finding this? Dropshipping, investing, crypto, forex trading. This is it. You're going to be rich. Your dreams are about to come true. You're about to prove everyone wrong. But no, it's not that easy now, is it? You've done everything they've said, but you're not getting the same result. It's meant to be easy. So what's going wrong? Then you realize you're not buying a product. You are the product. You can't believe it. It's not fair. You say the rich are wealthy because they got lucky. They were born into it. They don't have any struggle. It's a rigged game. But what if I told you it's not a rigged game? What if you just played the game according to the wrong rules? Tell me, are you ready to play the game? Money. What is it? It's a medium of exchange. Before money, we had barter, where goods and services were directly exchanged for other goods and services. For example, basket of eggs for beer, fish for labour, value being swapped for value. However, there was a problem. Barter relied on a coincidence of wants, where two parties must hold an item the other wants, which isn't always the case. But a medium of exchange eliminates all that, with previous medium of exchanges being items such as gold and silver, salt, shells and cattle, all forms of commodity money which have intrinsic value. Eventually, receipts showing proof of stored gold were used as a medium of exchange because of the physical burden of carrying gold. This later developed into the gold standard, where money was backed by gold and could be exchanged in equal amounts. However, this association between gold and money ended in 1971.
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold.
And now, we have fiat money. Government issued medium of exchange not backed by a commodity. It has no intrinsic value, just a belief others will accept it as a form of payment, with current fiat money supply being controlled by the central banks of its countries, such as the Bank of England, the European Central Bank and the Federal Reserve. The job of these central banks is to carry out monetary policies which have an effect on the economy. This is done by influencing money supply of its country by either printing money or changing interest rates. An important goal of monetary policy set out by these banks is to maintain the stability of GDP, standing for Gross Domestic Product. It quantifies the economy's production of goods and services. This could simply be put as the economy's income. However, when GDP increases, it's normally followed by inflation, which is the decline of the purchasing power of your money. For example, a loaf of bread cost 12 cents in 1950 and in 2021 costing $2.12, meaning you can buy less things with your money than you could before. And most countries, such as the US and the UK, aim to keep inflation around 2%. You may think it's a bad thing your money loses value over time. However, for policymakers, it's not, as small amounts of inflation leads to more spending, as people's money will lose purchasing power over time, thus encouraging spending. Thus now, you know how modern money works. Question: what do all these people have in common? They have all made millions and lost it all. This goes to show you, no matter how much money you make, you must have a good relationship with money. You may think, how does this apply to you? But think to your relationship with money. Does money come into your life and leave the next second? Are you living paycheck to paycheck? Do you see money as a tool to meet every want's desire, spending your paycheck on things that add a temporary value to your life? Do you splurge on items not living within your means to fund a lifestyle that is unsustainable? Has your job become a necessity rather than an option? Is your equation about money messed up due to your relationship with money? The equation to money is very simple. It's money in versus money out. Money in representing money in from a job or a business, and money out representing your expenses such as rent, bills, subscriptions. The more money that comes in and the less that leaves, the more money you have. However, what part of the equation do you think most people have a problem with? Money in or money out? Most likely both. However, no matter how much money you make, if the money out part of the equation is not sorted, no amount of money will ever be enough. Now think to your relationship with money. What's the reason for it? Before we had our neighbours who we would compare ourselves to, but now we are comparing ourselves to the world, wanting to feel like we fit in, longing for acceptance. With social media prying on your insecurities, convincing you this product will sort out whatever insecurities you have.
A huge part of the economy is devoted to trying to drive these things out of people's heads, to make you think that all you want is more commodities, so you should go shopping.
Once you look at what other people are doing, I compare my real life to their highlight reel.
We're in a deeply complicated place where we've always worried about fronting and impressing others. And that used to be 13 people, and now we live complete public lives, and it's everybody. So it's compounded.
This is not to say spending money on things you like is bad. This is to question your mindset as a consumer and questioning the reason for buying all these products. Is it because it's a necessity or an emotional buy to make you feel better? By having a better understanding of the reasons for your purchases, it gives you freedom to sort out the root cause of your relationship with money, meaning you do not have to live on a financial edge. Making money. This is going to be short and simple. How do you make money? Simple. It's how much value you provide to the tribe. The tribe being society. The more value you bring, the more handsomely you are rewarded. So how do you go about bringing value? You contribute to society. Simply being a retail worker means you are contributing to society. However, it's not handsomely rewarded, as it can be performed by many people. Now, something like a software engineer, you have to study to be good at it and have expertise in it, meaning there is a limited supply of them. Thus employers must compete for them, meaning they are rewarded for their efforts. Then there are actors, athletes and influencers who are handsomely rewarded, with some people judging them not to be benefiting of those rewards. However, there's a market for them and they are paid in kind. Now, you want to make a lot of money, and to do that you have to provide enormous value. So, how do you go about doing that? You need to find gaps in the market and offer solutions to them. Gaps are needs of consumers that are not being met. This is where you come in. You're going to find these gaps and offer solutions. For example, a gap in the market that has been solved can be seen by looking at Deliveroo or DoorDash. They identified a gap in the market. The problem? Customers couldn't get delivery from their local restaurants, and local restaurants could not afford to deliver to them. They solved this at scale, countrywide, thus were rewarded in kind. Thus, now you know the formula. You have to identify a gap in the market, solve it at scale. However, don't fall into the trap where you solve a problem where you are paid in exchange for your time, where your input equals your output. But be warned, this is a path many people have gone down and very few have succeeded, as the winners are the ones that come to light, the loser stories not given the time to pay. Many have tried, but few have succeeded. You may have a lot of money from a business, but you work a normal 9 to 5. Your earning potential does not cap your wealth capacity, your mindset does. Many people have become wealthy, not from luck, but by having a calculated plan, understanding how wealth building works. We talked earlier about money in versus money out, but rather than viewing money like that, view your purchases as assets and liabilities. The reason for this is, it changes the way you view money. Rather than thinking of money as a way to meet your needs at once, you view it as a way of building wealth. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket, and a liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. An asset can be a job, rental properties, a business, stocks, any investments. While liabilities can be seen as living expenses, rent, mortgage, car payments, any bad debt that has been used for consumer products. When you start thinking about money in terms of assets and liabilities, it changes your thinking, as it actually makes you think before you purchase something, as you think, is this an asset to my life? Not everything has to be an immediate asset, but can be one further down the line, such as investing in a skill or an investment that will pay off in the future. We talked earlier about your relationship with money and how many people fall in the trap of buying things to impress people. The rich avoid status symbols. They don't care about appearing wealthy, they care about being wealthy. They make their money work harder than them, so they are earning money in their sleep. Thus, making money work for you means it's an asset. There are many ways to make money work for you: stocks, real estate, commodities, the list goes on. Another trait is they do not seek instant gratification, going against a very human trait, instead delaying the gratification when it comes to spending money, which can be seen again and again. They delay their gratification with a plan, knowing bigger rewards will come down the line. As most millionaires and billionaires don't get there overnight. It takes years to get there, maybe even decades. And that's why most millionaires tend to be older, as they know making their money work will compound it, thus being rewarded for delaying their gratification. Money is nice, especially if it allows financial freedom. As we have been told by the media, with celebrities and wealthy people telling us, money doesn't buy happiness. I think most people just want to live their life with a bit of dignity and respect, not having to chase money to live a fulfilling life. With most people just wanting to pursue their hobbies and spend time with their loved ones, which they sacrifice for money. A quote I particularly like is, "Money is a great servant, but a terrible master." I think it just puts into perspective our concept of money and I think how it should be used.
I meet mostly pretty nice people, doing the best they can, often under very, very difficult conditions. That on balance, the world is filled with people doing the best they can, who love their kids and, would like to, put on a clean shirt every morning and live their lives with a little dignity.